Hey everybody, how's it going? We're going to be getting into another reaction today. Now this one, I wouldn't say comes highly recommended or anything, but I was told to possibly watch it, react to it, because I would learn a little bit more about the demons in League of Legends. Now this video is, I keep saying in my reaction that this video is 4 years old, but it's actually only like 2 years old, maybe 3, I don't know. But this is another Necrit video. He goes into the lore about demonic or demons in League of Legends. Now it's all theory though, because he breaks down like an image that we get to look over. So you guys let me know what has changed from this video, if there's anything new we've learned, or if there's any theories that he's spot on about. And yeah, let me know what you guys think, and we're gonna get into the reaction. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Demon or demonic compendium.
Well, if you happen to like Fiddlesticks, I got good news for you. Besides this video, there will be at least one more, where we will cover Fiddlesticks' full story. That's because besides Fiddlesticks' bio, he also got a short story to celebrate his release. That one is called
Brain,
Voices.
Demon Skull.
And if you have already heard Fiddlesticks' voice lines, you
did.
kinda know what that story will be about. But those kind of horrors are not really the point of this video. Because today we will have a look at something very interesting when it comes to the overall lore of Runeterra. Together with the new story about Fiddlesticks, Riot also released an image that seems to be
Secrets,
the
Nightmares,
origin tree.
Delirium.
Or at least it looks similar to the Vastayan evolution tree. Except this one is way more horrifying. I wanted to dedicate an entire video
So these
to
are all
this
the
image
demons?
because it is
Bliss,
very
Frenzy?
special. Unlike all the other art that is considered canon in
Obsession?
the world of League of Legends. This picture was specifically released with somewhat vague information so that people could create their own theories about it.
So Secrets
And
we know
since
is
people know
wrong,
how
right?
much I love theories,
Which is a part of
you
Swain.
know what's about to come.
Oh,
But
and then
what's
Fear.
even worse, the writer responsible for Fiddlesticks' story and the person who created the very idea of Fiddlesticks told us that this image is a theory crafting goldmine. And it could be because every little detail you will see
So this
here
is
has a meaning.
picture here is
Now,
canon.
I don't want to claim that I discovered all the hidden secrets already. In fact, instead, I want you to tell me if you discover something I missed.
It's
Because
not gonna be
again,
me.
This image is supposed to be a
It's gonna be the
goldmine
comments
for
in your
theory
video.
crafting. So pretty much every detail.
Yeah, so this
will
video
be
is
linked
4
to
years
something.
old.
But enough with this overly
So I'm
complicated
sure a
introduction,
lot of this has
and
changed,
let's have a look at what
or
we
you
have
guys
here.
know a lot more by now.
Hey, this is me from the future. I
But-
just quickly wanted to say that this video will really be all over the place.
Oh boy.
And that's because
You guys
there's
will have to
simply
let
too
me
much
know what
information
has
hidden
changed
here.
since
You'll
this
be
video
bored.
came out.
This
But I wanted to get
parchment
more of an
is
idea
called
on the
Demonic
demons in League of
Compendium,
Legends.
And on Universe, its description gives us some context. It is a fragment of esoteric lore, discovered after the attack on the Noxian fortress at Freljord.
Okay.
The author, or authors, and provenance are unknown.
Okay.
That's all it says here. But I just quickly want to remind you what Freljord is.
A fragment of
Freljord is an
esoteric
island
lore.
where Syndra was locked. Now, if you don't remember, Syndra is an Ionian mage with so much magical power that she simply can't control it. Usually this magic is triggered by her own emotions. And when it so happens that half of your family doesn't even like you, suddenly you become unstable and very
makes sense.
dangerous. But eventually the spirit of Ionia itself was done with her, and to save the land, it buried her in the Dreaming Pool, which is a special pool of water hidden underground where those who are submerged in the magical waters sleep forever. Of course,
Syndra
because
was pretty
Freljord
powerful,
is an
right, on
island
the
closest to
video that
Noxus,
Necrit did?
It was overtaken by Noxus, and that's why there is a Noxian fortress now. Or at least there was. In the most recent story about Syndra, Syndra ripped the entire fortress from the ground, and she floated away with it. The point is,
she's like, this is my
the
fortress
Noxian
now.
fortress around Freljord probably knew a thing or two about magic. Perhaps that is why they took over Freljord. The theory is that Noxus wanted to use Syndra as a weapon. So one of the reasons why the demonic compendium was found in Freljord was because the fortress probably hosted a couple of Noxian warlocks. But now we are drifting from the point of this video again. Just remember that this document comes from Freljord in Ionia, from a Noxian fortress that probably had some warlocks. I am making sure you know this just in case there are some secrets I missed.
So some Noxians
But
in
now
a fortress
let's
in
have a look at what
Freljord
the
were doing
parchment
research on
actually contains.
demonology.
Although it looks like this shows us the origin tree of the demons, you need to remember that this was written by some kind of a warlock. So what we see here is not 100% accurate.
Right,
This is
it's just
what people
his
figured out
findings.
so far.
Yeah, okay.
So if the story later reveals that the
But a lot of
information
you are
shown
saying
here is
Fiddlesticks
different,
like
that's
is at
probably
the top
because the Noxians didn't
because
know
he's
everything
Fear.
yet.
and fear is
Looking
like
at
the number
writing
one
on this parchment, one may think that this is
thing.
Oknun, which is the language of the dead. But you need to remember, I don't think the realm of the dead has anything to do with the demons. If anything, demons are more tied to the spirit realm. So maybe this writing is the one we see in the Z comic, where Shen fights one of the spirits. But either way, I don't think it is Oknun. We see that at the very top the tree starts with fear, and then it separates into delirium,
I don't know who
nightmares
nightmares would be,
bliss,
or delirium.
frenzy, and obsession.
Do we have these demons? Obsession is probably Tom Kench, right?
Different demons that we know. For example, Secrets is Raum, which is Swain's demon. Nightmares would be Nocturne.
Okay,
Obsession
Nocturne,
would be Tom Kench, and so on.
Okay.
But I don't
Who's
really
delirium?
think that's the case. Besides this, before people start counting to 10, yes, we should remember the phrase, the first of 10, which is how Fiddlesticks refers to himself. But it was mentioned many times that even though Fiddlesticks is the first of 10, the other 10 are not any of the demons we know about. We did kinda talk about this in our last Fiddlesticks video. So no matter how many demons you think
I kinda want to watch that one, but I'm not sure.
None of this is related to the first of 10. Or at least none of the things
He goes
in the middle
in depth
of
into Fiddlesticks voice lines. We could do that, but I wanted to learn more about demons first.
I don't think the names shown here represent different demons.
Oh.
If you see Delirium here, I don't think that's Shaco. And when you see Nightmares here, I don't think that's Nocturne. I think that these are the names of the branches, an overall title for a specific kind of demons. And the individual demons are at the very bottom. So in the branch of Nightmares, we have 3 different manifested demons. And one of them is Nocturne. If this wasn't the case, I don't know what would be all the letters at the very bottom. Which brings me back to the top. Since fear is at the very top, it feels like the primary aspect is fear as a raw emotion. So it could be fear that spawned all the demons. Because from fear, we have delirium, because delirium is an outcome of fear. So are nightmares. And one could argue that you can fear the unknown, which could be linked to secrets. Delirium then
so fear
bliss
creates
and
all
frenzy.
of these other smaller
Bliss
branches,
because
essentially.
Delirium can be linked to illusions, and in a sense, bliss is a trick of a mind.
Like fear is
and
the start of
frenzy
it all,
is the exact
and then
opposite of
everything
it,
else
where
comes.
you follow your own vision no matter what happens. Next to it, we have nightmares directly spawning from fear, which makes sense. And then secrets separate to obsession, and then another branch that has no name. I wonder if that's because the Noxians did not have a name for it yet. But either way, as I already said, at the very bottom, all of these demonic aspects that evoke raw emotions probably have their own demons. And as you can see, all of them combine to something titled Azakana. Or at least we think, because there is a
I was gonna say,
mark
what is that at the bottom?
Which
I
could
couldn't
mean
read
that
it.
Azakana is like the great demon. You know, the combination of all negative raw emotions. But I don't think we have any information on that yet. But now let's have a look at the pictures shown at the top, because there is another thing I discovered. You see how from fear in the middle, you have 3 branches that continue down to the rest of the demons? Well, from the left and right, you got 2 more branches that go down to the demons. So maybe fear as the primary raw emotion could be just one ingredient. And the demons of nightmares are spawned just from raw fear. But the demons of secrets are a spawn of fear combined with something else. And the demons of delirium are a combination of fear and something totally else. So let's have a look at these 2 extra ingredients that we assume are the reason why the demons spawned. Let's start with the keys on the left, because everyone already knows who we are going to talk about. You see, when Zoe was first released, they gave her a key on her belt because it was a nice reference to the old Fiddlesticks. Or at least his old art, because later he was updated and the key was gone. So this was like a reference to the past. And originally I don't think it was supposed to have any meaning. But it seems like over time, Riot realized that they can actually make this canon. And
what
they
is
can
that
use
key
the
for?
to
Do we know
link
now?
Zoe with Fiddlesticks.
4 years
Not
later?
directly, but they can link her with his lore.
Like, what is this key
Is
for?
what we got. You see, the key shown here definitely matches the one Zoe has.
Well,
because
I mean,
unlike any other
keys
key
can
we
look
have in League,
very
the handle of
key-like.
this key is the iconic half circle, which matches the one Zoe has. But then if we have a look at the new Fiddlesticks, he carries 2 full circle keys.
Oh, there they are.
So those
Oh,
are
he has
definitely
keys.
different from the key shown here. So what that makes
they're
me
different.
think is that the keys are linked to the different vessels of
Ooh,
Fiddlesticks.
who else carries
Because again, if you
keys
don't remember,
in League of
my
Legends
theory
lore?
Is that the first of
I'm
10
curious now.
relates to 10 different vessels around Runeterra. And these vessels are controlled by the demon known as Fiddlesticks. That's why the lore describes Fiddlesticks looking different in different regions. That's because there could be 10 different physical vessels.
That's
and
interesting.
I think that these keys are linked to them. Because if you look at the picture, it actually shows 10 different keys.
10 different keys, so it's like a multiverse of
which is the one Zoe has
Fiddlesticks.
now. I still don't know why the new Fiddlesticks has 2 keys. It
Not
could
a
be because
multiverse,
he's
different
the
regions,
first
I guess.
of 10, and so he is special. Or maybe he took one of the keys from one of the other vessels. You see, that's why these are all just theories. Nothing is confirmed, so if you guys figure something out...
Yeah, what is confirmed now, though? I'm curious.
So just to summarize this, yes, it seems like Zoe is actually linked to Fiddlesticks. And it seems
Fiddlesticks has been out for 4 years. There has to be a little bit more knowledge about him, or maybe not. I mean, you guys told me a lot in the comments on my voice line reaction.
There is also this triangle with a dot in it, and this eye. But I have no idea what either of these are. I actually struggle to give these images an overall name. Because again, the demons of Delirium are supposed to be spawned from fear, combined with whatever this is. This could be just physical realm, as in the keys represent physical vessels. But I'm not sure if Delirium would be the outcome of that. But on the other side, we got something way more interesting. We got 10 different dots. Which again, first of 10, makes sense, right?
One of them's red,
and in
3
fact,
are
one of the dots on the
filled
sides
in the
is
middle.
red, which could be the first one. But then we wouldn't know what are the 3 dots in the middle. Now I do actually have a theory as to what this could actually be. I think that these are celestial alignments. The 3 dots in the middle would be Runeterra, because Runeterra has a physical realm, spirit realm, and death realm. Those are the 3 planes of Runeterra. And then there would be other planets, and one of them would be red. You see, I didn't really think beyond this. But I still hope that the 3 dots actually represent Runeterra. Because if that was the truth, that would reveal the meaning behind Bard's mask. Because Bard is the protector of Runeterra. He is making sure the mortal races don't wipe each other. So perhaps the mask represents Runeterra. If this isn't the case, the other theory is that perhaps there are 3 primary demons. Those are the 3 dots.
3 primary
and from
ones.
those you got
There's
7
the 10
lesser demons.
or 7 lesser.
One of them, marked red, would be Fiddlesticks. Which could still make sense, because remember, when Fiddlesticks is saying the first of 10, he's just copying someone's voice. So maybe some warlock once said that the first of 10
which we
is
found
one
out.
of the demons, but it doesn't necessarily have to be Fiddlesticks. But if that's not the case either, I have no idea what these dots could be. But either way, the overall name I would give this picture is Celestial. So the 2 ingredients to spawn the demons of secrets would be fear and celestials. Because, you know, celestials give vision, I guess? I'm saying that because, you know, Swain holds the demon of secrets. And so
yeah, I want to learn about that. I don't know how Swain has ROM.
I didn't, feel absolutely free to tell me.
You guys will have to let me know.
After I was done recording this video, someone tweeted at me something cool. It turns out that if you stitch together all the pieces of the demonic circle shown during Fiddlestick's theme, it is actually the same circle as the one shown here.
There you go.
It even includes the 3 dots in the middle and 1 filled dot at the side. But what's even more peculiar is that the images around the middle dot fit the 3 origins. This is the exact same symbol as the one found in the middle of the circle that represents fear. You can start noticing how similar they are when you toy with the colors. There is also the eye, which I thought would be linked to secrets. But actually here it is drawn on the left side. Which means that the last symbol that looks like a human should be linked to the right side. Which is weird, because technically the picture would be referencing itself. Because it is this image that got us here. Either way,
interesting.
In the
what is
middle
this
of these
symbol?
3 is an extra symbol. And I think that one might be the ARCANE, whatever that is. Since if you
Man, this is like
in
in depth.
That's where you get.
Like all we're getting are these little symbols and like
but the last thing
images.
I want to mention, and this is the big one, is that
is there
if
any
we look
more
at what I
demonology
assume are
lore
the
now?
specific names of specific
I'm
demons
so curious.
written under each category,
All
you
right.
can notice that some of them were crossed off. Almost as if the demon
Maybe
that
they're
represents
dead,
that category
or
was
gone.
swapped for another. You can notice that the demons of secrets have 3 names. Nightmares have 2. Delirium has 1. And Fear has 7. When it comes to Fear, this would support our theory of there being 10 Fiddlesticks vessels. Because each name would represent a vessel that Fiddlesticks controlled. And every time he swapped to a different vessel, the primary demon of Fear would swap. And now we are at number 7. Possibly. Again, this is totally a blind shot, and I have no idea if this is actually...
Yeah, like the part of this
With
video,
that said,
like
I keep saying
part
that
of
these could be
the issue with
primary
watching
demons
this
of each
video is that it's
category,
4
but
years
I'm still
old,
not sure if that's actually the case.
and I'm sure a
Because
lot of it
remember,
has
the
changed.
demons
Maybe,
are at
maybe
the very
not.
bottom, presumably. So why would there be a name in the middle of the tree, with there being more demons at the very bottom?
True.
You see, this is why they said that this is a gold mine for theory crafters. There are so many little details that are meaningful. And even though I would say that I remember a lot of stuff about the world of League of Legends, I still can't crack nearly any of these. And what's even better, right now it doesn't seem like Riot has the intention of telling us what this actually is. They just released
They want you to figure it out.
And I love this. Just remember that everything I said today is just a theory. That's what this is supposed to be. But also remember that, as I said, all the details here have a meaning. So if my theories went overboard, that was the point. Sometimes we need to go
Right,
crazy.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do with theories.
There is still one thing that I have no idea what it actually is. Once again, for the 4th time, at the bottom,
ARCANE.
I assume we have all the demons. We have 3 in the Delirium branch, we have 3 in the Nightmares branch, and then we have 4 under Secrets.
What happens when you Google
but out of
ARCANE?
these, only the first one is directly under Secrets, further down under Obsession. The other branch from that is empty. And beyond that, that branch has a tiny branch on top of it. So maybe there is a demon somewhere in the world that is 2 in 1. But what's peculiar is that between those, there is a branch that has 2 separate
There's like a little
demons,
smaller branch
but
underneath.
these are not connected to the rest of the overall branch.
Yeah.
So I wonder if these 2 are just
One of them
side
scribbled out
demons,
too.
or they were created by other factors. Maybe these 2 are Taumkench and Evelynn, because without gluttony and lust, those 2 wouldn't exist. So maybe they were just made by humans. But then again, Nocturne was as well. So I'm just mumbling nonsense here. I just wonder what the heck this means. But that's gonna be it for this one.
I
Once
feel
again,
like
it's
this...
just theories. I don't really know much more.
Man,
than
you could make so
and
many
I guess we
theories
can
from
all
just
agree
this
that
image
the
here.
1 branch and a half is probably Gragas and his barrel.
But I think maybe, and
oh,
I don't...
wait, that would actually give him
I don't know if we've gotten more demons. Like, what's been the last demon to come out? And who are all the demons in League of Legends currently?
Did you know that we have social media and Twitch where we talk about...
Okay, we can pause it there. Yeah, so, okay. Let's go back to where we first see that. So we have... He went through the few that we have, right? It's Fiddlesticks, Nocturne, Realm, and Evelynn, and Taumkench. But, like... Are there any more demons that have come out since this video came out? Oh, this video is 2 years old. I thought it was 4 years old. This is only 2 years old, folks. Ignore that I kept saying 4. So this isn't as old as I thought it was. So this is interesting. I mean, has League or has Riot mentioned that there's going to be more demons coming soon? Or like, I mean, I don't know how they sneak peek their characters, to be honest with you. And I'm sure the lore is coming slowly. I have no idea. But this is very interesting. So I definitely learned a little bit more about demons in the League or in the Legends of Runeterra lore and everything. This is very interesting. The keys are interesting. I wonder who else has keys. So Zoe has keys. Or Zoe has a key, and I wonder why. And like what that all means. But it's very interesting that you see fear here in the boldest and biggest font, right? And Fiddlesticks is essentially fear. So he has to be number 1. And you guys mentioned that a lot in the comments. He has to be number 1. And then the fact that he, in his voice lines, mentions specifically the other demons by like their names or by, I think I saw in like a comment that like he says agony to Evelynn or something. And that's just like what she eats. She eats agony or whatever. But yeah, like in Taumkench, he says addiction. In Nocturne, he says nightmares. So it's very interesting that he just calls them by their name, right? He doesn't mimic them. He doesn't, you know what I mean? He doesn't mimic the character. He actually calls them by their names, and that would make sense for him to do that to his other kind, I guess. I don't know if I learned any more about Fiddlesticks or demons in general, I would say, but I am learning about demons existing in League of Legends. I'm wondering, again, let me know if anything else has come from this image or if we've gotten any more recent lore about demons. And like how powerful are demons compared to, let's say, your celestials, right? And things like that. I'm very curious. Now, a lot of you have also said like Kindred is like lower. You guys think Kindred is a lot lower than the Necrit video that he did. about power levels and how the demons are probably stronger than Kindred. But yeah, let me know, guys, if there's anything else that I may have missed from this video. I think after this, I could get into his breakdown of the Fiddlesticks lines, but I don't know if it's necessary to, because he's going to go into all of them again, and we're just going to re-listen to all of the voice lines. And a lot of you helped with the comments in that. So please just let me know what I should react to next. I'm thinking of doing the Aatrox voice lines and then Pantheon as well, because apparently Aatrox and Pantheon are like highly linked together. But with that, I've been told or recommended possibly to learn more about the Darken, and maybe I should watch a Necrit video about the Darken before we go into the Aatrox voice lines. I'm not quite sure. Let me know, guys. This was really cool. I'm interested in learning more about demons in the world of League of Legends. I want to learn more about like the other demons. I do want to learn more about like Evelynn and Nocturne and them and Rom. I want to know how he's a part of Swain. So if there's like a good video for that, you guys can post them in the comments. Please let me know. Thanks again for watching my reactions, guys. I'll be back probably tomorrow with another video. So I'll see you guys then. Peace.